during our interactive workshops questions around stereotypes, how they're formed and how this links to bias. So we decided to make this short video to explain just that. Let's start with the fact that biases and prejudice are usually not intentional, and actually most of us don't realise that our minds are building stereotypes from early interactions with people, especially those that are different from us. As most of us probably know, our impressions of people who differ from us are formed throughout our lives, with us being most influenced by our upbringing, our families, things like education, TV, media, even social media and general life events. Labelling is a really important word to remember when considering stereotypes, because as humans we like to label things. We like to create categories for everything in our lives as it helps us to understand things better. However, when we apply that same way of thinking to people, that's when we can start to make incorrect assumptions that lead to things like prejudice, judgment and stigma. So we each have multiple labels. That's what makes us so wonderfully diverse and interesting. Things like our professions, our roles within our family units, our race, our gender, our sexuality, our culture, our background, all sorts of identifying factors. This means that we may look at one label or the way somebody looks, talks or acts and decide that this defines that particular person or group of people. We then may expect them to act in a certain way or do certain things just because of the label or labels we have associated them with. This ultimately leads to stereotypes being formed in our minds, which tend to be based on our history and not the history of who we're interacting with. Becoming aware of stereotypes and when they're taking over our unconscious mind is the easiest way to challenge our thinking and naturally become more inclusive. A really great way of preventing our unconscious mind from taking over and allowing stereotypes to form is to widen our social circles and invite people into our lives that are different to us. When we understand other people, we can smash any stereotypes we have built and see everyone as an individual and not a product of the labels our background and society has placed on them. This topic closely links to unconscious bias and the concept of de-biasing, a topic which we explore in great detail in our learning programs. We really hope that you enjoyed this short video and are looking forward to sharing more of these types of things with you. Watch this space.